Welcome to the Archibus Work Request tutorial. In this brief tutorial, you will learn how to submit and process a work request. On the Quick Start menu, locate the Work Management process and select Request Service Work Request. The Requested By box should automatically fill in with your credentials. Next, fill out the Requested For box if you are requesting a work order for another person. If you are requesting it for yourself, you may skip this step. To request for another person, you can type in their name and select from a drop-down menu, or click the ellipsis and select from a list. Next, you must select the location of the work order. If it is in your area, you can click the Same as Requested By. If it is in the location of the person you are requesting the work order for, you can select Same as Requested For. The information should automatically fill in. If additional details need to be entered, you can describe the location in more detail in the box below. Next, scroll to the Equipment section and enter the equipment code if you know it. If you do not, skip this step and move on to Request. You can select the type of request from the drop-down menu, which is arranged in alphabetical order. Next, you can add request detail, also from a drop-down menu. If more information is needed, you can put a detailed description in the description box. Now that this is done, review your work order and make sure everything is correct. Then, hit the Submit button. Now that we have learned how to submit a work request, let's learn how they are processed. Find the Work Management section and select Building Operations Management Console. This will take us to the Building Management Console, where you can view all work requests. First, select the request you will be working with. Notice the buttons that have appeared above the work request. Select the Estimate button. Here, you can click the Add button to add a trade code. This can be done by typing and selecting from a drop-down menu, or clicking the ellipsis and choosing from a list. Next, enter the estimated amount of hours you think it will take to get the job done. Click Save to save your changes, or Cancel to cancel. Note that if you need any parts for the work request, you can click the Add button under Estimate and Reserve Parts. You can select the part code in the same way that you selected the trade code, via drop-down list or using the ellipsis button. Select Save to save your changes, or Cancel to cancel. When you are done estimating, hit Close. Next, we need to schedule the work request with a craftsperson. Select the Schedule button. Here, you can see the estimated labor and, underneath, actual labor. Select Assign Craftsperson and enter the craftsperson employee code. Hit Save to save your changes, or hit Cancel to cancel. If the craftsperson will need any special tools, click Assign Tool under the Tool menu. When you are done, hit Close. Now that you have the estimate and the schedule, click the Issue button. This action will issue the request to the field personnel, at which point it cannot be canceled. Hit Yes if you're ready to issue it. Once our work order has been issued, it will be moved to the Issued and in Process section. From here, you can click Hold, Stop, Update, or Complete. The Hold button will allow the craftsperson to place the job on hold for labor, access, or parts. This action will also notify the requester that the job is on hold. Clicking the Stop button stops progress on the work request completely, but allows the work previously done to be billed. This action will also notify the requester that the job has been stopped. Click the Update button to update employee time taken on the job. A new window will appear. Scroll down to the Actual Labor and click the Hours. In this pop-up box, you can update the actual hours spent on the job. Note that you can put in overtime hours, holiday hours, and actual hours. Enter overtime hours only if the hours on the job are over 8 hours on that day. Enter holiday time hours only if the work occurred on holiday or an administrative closing. When you are done, select Save to save your changes. When you are done, you can hit the Update Request button to update the work request, or just select Close if you have made no changes. When the work request is complete, click the Complete button on that work request. Click Yes for the confirmation message. The work request will then be moved to the completed list in the Building Operations console. Locate the work request and click Verify. From here, you can enter comments and click Confirm to verify completion of the work request. Note that should a work request need to go back to the craftsperson for rework, you can enter comments and click Return Incomplete. Enter the reason for the return in the comments. In the Building Operations console, you can click the number of a work request to get more details about it. You can also forward the work request to another party. This should only be used if the original shop has not done any work on the work request. To begin, click the Forward Request button on the bottom right corner of the page. A box will appear. In the field that says Work Team Code, highlight and delete the work team information that might already be there and enter the work team the request needs to be forwarded to. To find the correct work team, you can use the ellipsis button or type in the first letter of the shop and choose the work team you need. Once you have saved, click the Update Request button. The work request will be removed from your console if it was assigned to you and is now on the console of the supervisor for the work team that you chose. Please note that if you are a supervisor and have forwarded items to your work teams and are substituting for your foreman, the work request will still show on your console so you can track the progress of the work each work team is responsible for. You can request shop assistance from this page. Clicking the Shop Assist button adds a shop for help to the work request. This is used when the original shop already has time on the work request. To begin, locate the General Details tab. This should have the Shop Assist button. The Shop Assist button is located on the right-hand side of this tab. When you click it, a new work request will appear. Please note that this is different than the previous version of Archibus. When a work request is shop assisted, Archibus version 24 creates a new work request for the assisting work team. Enter all applicable fields and click the Submit button. You have now completed the work request tutorial. You should understand how to submit a work request, how a work request is processed, and how to forward or shop assist a work request. Feel free to contact your supervisor if you have any further questions.